Hi everyone, my name is Olga and I'm a traveling Ukrainian tour guide. Today I'm taking you to Strasbourg and we are going to discover the beautiful little neighborhood. It is called Little France and we are going to discover it by night. It has its own legends, secrets and mysteries.
Our magical journey through the heart of Petite France, Little France, begins on these fantastically illuminated Christmas streets. When the sun sets and the streets come alive with this mysterious glow, we are ready to start and explore the mysteries and beauty of this quaint little corner of Strasbourg. Little France was named after the hospital, or to be precise, hospice. This hospital was built on this territory of this Little France in the 1400s to treat the first recorded syphilis outbreak. Before the 16th century, syphilis was known as the French disease. This was because it was spread by the French troops when they returned to Europe from the invasion of Naples. And the association with this hospital and the disease actually gave birth to the name of Little France. Now you know that this beautiful and nice name of this waterfront neighborhood is not for nice and sweet reasons. This is actually the place where those poor guys, sick guys, lived their last days. And a little bit later, this neighborhood became the home of the big brothel. That was the red light district. Because a lot of prostitutes were living here and the prostitution thrived at one period of time. Currently, this is the top tourist destination because it has the highest concentration of these half-timbered houses in Strasbourg. You can see the finest example of this house just in front of you. These houses have the common feature. The lower part of the house is built of stone and the upper part is made of the wood. Why was it made so? People had to build the houses in such a way because the fires were happening quite often during the Middle Ages and they were obliged to follow this rule. And sometimes when they were moving from one place to another place, they could reassemble the house and just leave the stones and take the wood with them. And we are coming now to the most beautiful area of Little France. This is where everything started because this neighborhood initially was the home to fishermen, tanners and millers. And these beautiful, colorful, half-timbered houses, they line the waterways and they create a picturesque scene that feels just straight out of a storybook. Leather making demanded a lot of water, and that was another reason why the tanners occupied this territory. And in front of you, you can see the most famous tanner's house. These buildings were created during the 16th, 17th centuries, and now they are preserved as a form of the historical heritage. Just look at these amazing colors and buildings and the lights within the houses. So currently the lower part, like the first floors, are used by the souvenir shops and the restaurants. Many centuries ago, these places were the tanneries and the old mills. As you can see, the streets are very atmospheric and they are quite narrow. So it's just for the pedestrians, probably for the cyclists. We are walking along the tanner's house. It's one of the oldest tannery buildings in the Little France. It was built in 1572 when La Petite France was the manufacturing district. This house is popular for its slanted roof and timbered galleries. This house was restored by a group of wine growers and opened as the restaurant of Alsatian cuisine in 1956. Probably you know that this district, this kind of part of France, is famous for the wine making, and they have the annual festivals during the autumn months, wine festivals. You can see that during the Christmas time, this fanciful, just amazing decorations are all over this beautiful houses. And during the summer and early autumn season, people are celebrating the wine production. The best time to explore this beautiful neighborhood is late at night or early in the morning, because you can literally feel how the stories come alive. And speaking of the stories, did you know that the legendary French writer Victor Hugo once fell in love with Petite France? So he came here and he found inspiration in these beautiful streets while he was writing his masterpiece, Les Miserables. Imagine, Victor Hugo was strolling through the same cobblestone paths, and these beautiful houses stirred the creativity of one of the France's literature giants. But that's not all. In 1921, the young Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, the future author of the famous Little Prince, came to Strasbourg to work as a mechanic in a regiment. He was very young, just 21, and he had an ambitious dream. He wanted to learn how to fly. So he got some financial help from his mom, and he convinced the military authorities of Strasbourg to allow him to take the flying lessons. And Antoine de Saint-Exupéry was living on these streets, but unfortunately life in the barracks didn't suit him, so he decided to move to another street of Strasbourg, where he was happy, and he found the refuge and inspiration in the beauty of this mesmerizing city, and he described it as the exquisite in the letters to his mom. And the 3 months that he spent in Strasbourg were decisive, because he really became a pilot. He left the city with his pilot's license, and that became the major turning point of his life. But as the night falls, the legends of Petite France come to life, and I want to tell you one of these legends. So the legend has it that the lady of a ghost of a lost lover wanders these beautiful cobblestone streets, and she's searching for her beloved fiancé. Once upon a time, in this beautiful neighborhood lived a lovely girl. And she was so beautiful as the moonlight, with the eyes that sparkled like the stars and the laughter that danced like the melody. And her heart belongs to the young tanner. But he had a passion in his heart. He wanted to travel. He was a brave adventurer. And he wanted to discover the unknown territories and lands. So one day he set off for the journey, and he promised to return one day. Unfortunately, in a few months, the news of his death reached a poor lady, and she was heartbroken. She started wandering through the hills. She was searching for her lost love. And legend has it that every year, on the anniversary of his departure, a ghostly figure of a lady appears in the silver robes in the streets of the little France. And this lady is forever bound by love. In the moonlight, she glides through these beautiful cobblestone streets, and she's searching for her fiancé. People say that they have seen a shimmering figure of the ghost in the moonlight, with the eyes filled with sadness of love that goes beyond life and death. And some people even claim that they hear the haunting melody that this ghostly lover is singing. When I heard this story, it left me both enchanted and heartbroken. These beautiful legends add the enigmatic touch to the atmosphere of the little quarter neighborhood when you visit it at night. Strasbourg is an interesting city, full of surprises, and one of these surprises for me was the beautiful Petite France area, and because this is the place which is full of half-timbered houses alongside the canals and lining the narrow streets. It's simply delightful and full of photo opportunities, not just during the day but also by night. You can see that the dam is amazingly illuminated. You can take a guide, but even without the guide, you can walk through this area and it wouldn't be the waste of your time. This is a nice place with a wonderful atmosphere of French and German influence. This is such an enchanting fairy tale-like area, which is filled with captivating neo-Gothic and Renaissance architecture. And at night, it's the relaxing place to meander along the cobblestones streets, and you will find the beautiful restaurants, bakeries, bars, cafes, shops. You see that during the Christmas time, it's beautifully decorated with the stars, snowflakes that are hanging from above. The people are smiling, and the whole atmosphere during the Christmas time is absolutely unforgettable. Nothing else to say. It's must-see attraction. One of the best places in France, romantic during the day and extremely romantic during the night, for a dinner, a drink, or a walk. And if you are visiting this place during the late November days or the December Christmas period of time, this cute Christmas markets will be the unexpected bonus for your visit. You will walk along the cobblestone streets, you will cross over the bridges, take a lot of photos, dine outdoors, have snacks, spend the night in one of these cute hotels, and most important, you will be transported back to the old France. Get up very early and spend the whole day outside, and then come back to the little France to visit it by night. Strasbourg is a French-German infusion, and you truly see the strands of German influences in Petite France. Buildings, the canals, the river, the flowers, Christmas decorations, the cobblestone streets, all is so picturesque. It's so much fun to wander through the Little France streets and soak up this historical ambience, but also you can have the feeling of life being lived by the people who call Strasbourg their home. And when I was having coffee there during this cold Christmas days, I found that the shopkeepers, the waiters, they are warm and inviting. And that is the real beautiful mix of French and German cuisine and culture. I think that Christmas market and Christmas time is undoubtedly the best time to visit this place. It's becoming even more charming, more festive, more colorful when the buildings are decorated with the amazing huge toys, colorful stars. You can see the stars are hanging from the trees everywhere, and there are so many lights. Sometimes you can even see the chandeliers. So that is so elaborate and decorative. The sights, the music, the smells of glorious Alsatian treats and cuisine will fill the air. It's just unbelievable and simply marvelous.
It was wonderful to show you Little France by night. Join my channel for more European adventures and to learn more about Ukraine. Thank you for those of you who are supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee. That is very, very helpful and that means a lot to me. Thank you for buying me coffees. Love you all and see you in next adventure.